You are doom scrolling, or you are looking for a background noise video which would spike your dopamine, or you are just waiting for the next thing on your schedule to happen so you can feel like you're actually doing something. And the scary part is, it works. You can honestly waste your entire life like this. You wake up on Monday, do the routine, click the things, buy the coffee, check the notification, go to the same place and do the same thing again and again, and suddenly it's Friday. You distract yourself for 48 hours and then repeat the same thing. And then you reset. It is comfortable, it is safe, it is what everybody else is doing. Until one day the routine breaks. You are sitting at your office, at your desk, doing a job that you internally hate, or if you're a student, studying a concept that feels a lot detached from you. You don't feel connected to the topics that you're studying. You are just doing so because the society has told you, the parents have told you to do this. Or you are just staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m. and your brain asks a question that you can't answer. What am I actually doing here? Not what is the meaning of life in some deep philosophical way, but literally, why am I breathing in this room right now? If none of this matters. Back in 1942, this French guy wrote a short book called The Myth of Sisyphus. He wasn't trying to be an academic. He was just trying to figure out why people don't just quit the game entirely when life gets too heavy. He realized that humans have a major flaw in design. We desperately need things to make sense. We want our hard work to mean something. We want a happy ending. We want the world to accept a script. But the brutal truth is, the universe doesn't have a script. The earth is just a massive silent ball of rock. It couldn't care less about your career goals, your anxieties, your 5-year plan. Camus called this the absurd. It's not a joke, it's just the violent friction that happens when you scream into the dark, demanding to know the point of it all. And the dark, the universe, says absolutely nothing back. When you finally realize that the silence is permanent, it breaks you a little bit. And Camus noticed that instead of facing it, most people run straight into the trap. We tell ourselves everything happens for a reason, or we buy into some extreme political ideology, or we obsess over hustle culture or self-help trends. We fake a purpose just so we didn't have to look at the blank space. We trade our actual sight for a comfortable blindfold. The other exit is literal suicide. If there's no point, why stick around? Camus starts his book by saying this is the only question that matters, but he immediately calls it coward's way out. Ending your life doesn't solve the problem of meaningless world. It just means you let the silence win. You surrendered to a void that didn't even notice you left. So if you don't lie to yourself and you don't quit, what's the third option? Now, here points to Sisyphus, the guy from the old myths who was cursed by a god to push a giant rock up a hill, watch it roll back down and do it again forever without any reward or any progress bar. Your daily commute, your exams, your crappy office job, your endless loops, that's the rock. But Camus tells us to look at the exact moment the rock falls back. The moment the rock falls away from him, Sisyphus turns around, wipes his sweat from his eyes and starts walking back down the hill to get it. In that walk down the mountain, Sisyphus is entirely conscious of his situation. He knows he is trapped. He knows the gods are watching, waiting for him to cry. But by choosing to walk back down anyway, by choosing to put his shoulder against that cold stone one more time out of sheer spite, he wins. He takes the punishment and turns it into his own choice. He doesn't need a god to validate his existence. The heavy rock, the dirt under his fingernails, the burn in his lungs, that's the reality, and he owns it. The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a human heart. This is how you actually live. You stop looking for a sign from the universe. You stop looking for a built-in meaning into the universe. You accept the fact that your life has no pre-written purpose, no grand destiny, and no inherent meaning. And the second you stop viewing that as a tragedy, you actually start to live a meaningless life. Because if the universe didn't write a script for you, it means nobody owns you. You are completely, frustratingly free. You don't make things to become famous. You make them because you want to see them exist. You don't live your life to satisfy some cosmic plan. You live it because the coffee tastes incredible right now. The music sounds good. The sheer defiance of existing in a silent universe is the coolest thing you can do. The world has nothing to say to you. Great. Now go out and tell the world who you are.